Roll it.
Wait 1 sec. I never know when I'm supposed to go. What am I looking for here?
You're looking at that camera, and
I'm looking
that's
at
the
this camera,
time.
but how do I know when I'm going? I'm just starting right
Yeah,
now?
So
you're starting
you
as
want
soon
seven-
as you
want
leave.
7 minutes? So I
Yeah,
just
no, I'm
give
saying when
10
I start.
yeah,
So
when
as
you
soon as
start.
it starts moving or what?
So it's 7:10.
So it
when
goes
it's
down.
7 on the dot, because you want 7 minutes. I just
No,
add-
no, I know that part.
Yeah.
I'm saying when do I just, you'll just tell me to open
At
now, just as
7.
soon as it looks to me. Okay.
Yeah.
When it hits 7.
No, I know that part. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying when I go on here, good. Welcome back to the Gab. We have Jennifer P. Sheridan, the founder of Global Youth Transformation Initiative. She too is a grantee from the Smith Family Foundation just a couple years ago, and she is in the incubation center. I want to tell you a little about Jennifer. Jennifer was born and raised in the United Kingdom and integrated into this country in 1985. She is the founder and executive director of Global Youth Transformation, GYTI, a nonprofit organization that promotes and fosters global awareness through education that empowers underserved and underfunded middle and high school students to reimagine their life and envision a better future. That's a lot of great work there, Jennifer. We go
Thank
way
you.
back, and I'm
We
so
do,
proud to
yes.
have you on our show.
And thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here today. Yes.
Absolutely.
I love the accent.
I do too.
She has an
I
accent.
had to mention your background. I mean, that was very, very
Yeah.
important.
Yes, not
From-
from London, but from England. Yes.
From
North
England.
North of the
Okay.
country, yes.
North of the
Oh, that's
country.
wonderful.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And how great that you're working with the Smith Family Foundation
know.
and the incubation. Tell us a little bit about your nonprofit and your
So,
vision.
yeah, the Global Youth Transformation Initiative came out, it was birthed out of my time at Yale University when I was a student there. And it was really this concept of, you know, my own personal life and just what I wanted to do next. Like I realized that, I mean, at 10 years old, I came to America for the first time. And it was out of that, I didn't know that 10 years later, I would be literally coming here and emigrating and living here. And since then, I've traveled the world, and I realized that that opportunity that I had to travel the world impacted just who I am as a person and how I see the world. And because of that, I wanted other kids to experience that, but not just experience like, okay, let's go on a trip and go
With the
somewhere.
family, right?
Yeah,
It's a little
but
different.
really, let's go and see what it means to serve, to give back to other people, because so many kids don't realize that they have so
It's amazing.
much here, and it's not until they go outside of their comfort zone, they go outside to another country, they actually realize, wait a minute, there's so much I can do right here. I have so much to give. And that's really what the whole concept was birthed out of, this idea of being able to allow children to see themselves beyond, let's say, Trenton, the 7 miles that they
Yes,
live
for their
in.
communities
But
where
yeah,
they live.
but to
And
actually
not
move
Open up their
only-
eyes.
Not only, I think like when you are a kid, it is so hard to make all those hard decisions. You know, what I'm gonna be, who I'm gonna be,
Yeah.
who I am.
Yeah.
You know, what do I want to? You know, it's so hard. Even if you have all the system in place, but nevertheless, when
Yeah.
you don't. So mentoring is one of the a big thing I think that we are missing today into our society, and what you're doing seems that you are mentoring a lot of people. But we also heard that you were the first one, January 1st, 2020,
Yeah.
to give
Incubation
to that
center.
incubation
Yeah,
center.
I was chomping
How
at
did
the
you
bit.
feel about that?
I
being
mean,
the first.
it was interesting. There was a lot going on at that time, but I was really blessed by the Smith Family Foundation to even be allowed to be an incubee in the incubation center.
So
Because-
tell us.
Yeah, because like we had, so I'll backtrack a minute just
Yes.
to COVID. Like
Okay.
our organization actually started in 2013, and we had gone to Mozambique, and we were going to do a trip to Mozambique, but financially it just couldn't happen. You know, trying to raise funds to take 10, 11 kids to Africa just was not possible. And then I ended up leaving the Bronx and coming to New Jersey, and then moved to Trenton.
Right.
And I remember saying to one of my board members at the time, I'm like, okay, let's restart this. Because it had been sitting around and nothing had really happened. And little did we know when we restarted it, and we'd met with the Fifth Smith Family Foundation, and we went to one of the classes to talk about the incubation center and what it would be and what their vision was for this place, for grassroots nonprofit organizations to have a place to start actually doing their work. And I remember going to the class, and I remember speaking to everyone and getting to meet them. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. And I remember speaking to our board, and we're saying, yes, we're going to do this. And then COVID hit. And then we were like, well, how can we actually take kids on an international trip? And the whole world's closed down.
Yes.
So,
True.
I mean, like a lot of people, we hunkered down and we decided we were going to create a virtual learning program.
That's
Wow.
great. Everybody had to pivot and reinvent
Exactly.
themselves. And with your mission, that was
It was
very hard
perfect.
to do, but it was perfect to be
Yes.
able to do the
But
virtual.
in actuality, we didn't realize the blessing in disguise behind that
Right.
because our virtual learning committee that put together this whole program, we actually came up with a curriculum, a service learning curriculum that is an actual academic program that runs from the fall, spring, and summer, where we teach kids how to actually do service, how to engage in their community. Because we don't want to tell kids, well, this is what we think you need to do. We want to be able
Right.
to tell
Want to hear
kids,
from them.
yeah, you tell us what you think
Here's
the
their
community
voice.
needs.
They're young enough that
And
they
you'd be
know.
surprised how quickly kids, when they start working together, they're like, okay, we want to do this, we want to do this. I remember last semester we had some kids in our program that made me so aware to the homeless situation in Trenton that it wasn't that I was blind or I didn't know about homelessness. It's just that
You
I
didn't
didn't
know
see
how
it.
it worked.
I didn't
Exactly.
see it. And they actually opened my
Yes.
eyes to see it.
Yes.
It's very hard as a smaller nonprofit to get funding, and so thank goodness for the Smith Family Foundation. How are you partnering with other people to be able to get to the next level? Smith Family does a lot. Is there other outside resources that you're utilizing? And tell us a little bit about that, because other
Yeah.
nonprofits that are starting out say, I don't know if I can do it, and you're giving them hope that they can
Yeah, yeah.
believe in their mission and regardless of COVID, move it forward and reinvent themselves. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I think for us, I mean, everybody knows somebody. So that's where you start. You start with those people that you know and you ask them to support you. And we really worked hard on getting some reoccurring donors, people that would give on a regular basis.
That's very
And then
important.
connecting with other people. I was really blessed a few years ago to literally cultivate a relationship with a good friend that I knew, Luann, whose family had a foundation, the Green Foundation, and they have been recipients and have donated to the to the Global Youth Transformation Initiative for the last couple of years with a really large donation, which has been
The
that's
reoccurring are the best, and they're hard to
Yeah,
come by. If
they
you get
are.
a 1 year, that's okay. But
They
if you get
are.
a 3-year grant,
Right.
and they're really, really embedded in your
Yeah.
mission, that makes a big difference.
It
so you know where
does.
you're going to be.
It does, and that money allowed us to actually do our first international trip to the Dominican Republic to take a group of 10 and kids. I mean, I literally saw transformation with these kids during this first trip to the Dominican Republic with the kids. So yeah, I mean, you can do it. It is a lot of work.
Absolutely.
It is hard work.
But if you believe in the mission, because it
That
really
is-
resonated with you, so
Yeah.
that's so important.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you,
yes.
Jennifer.
I
So
really
great to see
appreciate
you.
it.
Continue the great work. Always communicate.
Yes,
forward to
yes.
Giving
And share.
Tuesday.
and
Giving
share
Tuesday.
Giving Tuesday. and
Giving
pass
Tuesday.
it
We
on.
hope you do
Yeah.
very well and
Thank
pass it on.
you.
Continue to do that
Thank
great
you.
work.
Thank you for having
Jennifer.
me. And thank you to the Smith Family Foundation.
Thank you so much. And we are going to take another break and see you right back after the break.